This is your world. You can be whoever you want to be. You can have anything you want. Life is easy as long as you set your mind to things that are worthy and honorable. Set your eyes on the prize, son. The lessons that my father never taught me as a kid. Wish I knew these things when I was younger. Don't get me wrong, I love my dad. He raised me up to be a good working class Christian. But growing up, finishing college, getting a degree, I'm left with a sense of purposelessness. I have become a worker, a follower, working for someone else's dream. I've lost the sense of awe, the wonder, the excitement in the little things. If I died right now, my death would not be a glorious one. As Les Brown would say, the graveyard is the richest place on earth. It is here where you find all the hopes and dreams that were never fulfilled, the books that were never written, the songs that were never sung, the inventions that were never shared, all because someone was too afraid to take that first step to carry out their dream. They have imposed limitation on our character at youth. They have imposed fear and took away our sense of freedom. I am a firm believer that we become what we are. We become what we feel we are, and we get what we are. If a child was taught that he was no good at a subject, he has no choice but to satisfy that belief. The subconscious, it is impersonal, and whatever is impressed by the subconscious, it manifests. The child then lives his life thinking and living as if he were less than the others around him. The child grows up to be an adult with minimum self-belief and absolute faith. We are not taught that we have the power of creation, and it is all in our minds. As Napoleon Hill would say, whatever your mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. They offer false abundance for humanity. They destroy the ability of our mind to conceive great ideas. Have a good look around. Porn is considered abundance and normalized, when all it does is limit and separate men and women. Imagine where men and women got along without the thoughts of the sex coming into mind. Imagine the ideas that would come in fruition. Where discussions do not involve gossips and purposeless talks, but to improve every aspect of humanity which comes to mind between a man and a woman. Imagine what we can envision and create, where the mere presence of the feminine inspires the masculine, for him to think great ideas that would lead for the betterment of humanity, instead of ideas that leads to sex, ideas that leads to the stimulation of the mind and imagination, instead of sense gratification. But porn has perverted the purpose of the masculine and the feminine. It has made the union and cooperation of the sexes focus on perverted copulation. Its main purpose made for pleasure and satisfaction, which is not of the human nature. The fascination of the other sex has become an obsession instead of appreciation and inspiration. And the continuous indulgence of sense pleasures has made our minds and body weak. It made it so weak that we cannot possibly see that the purposeless sex is not of our human nature. Let us thank with a full heart the people who preaches the knowledge of semen retention. We've been blinded, but now we see. We only wanted to take, but now we only want to give. With semen retention, we revert back to the nature of men, the untamed and uncontrollable will of a real man. We need it right now in this world full of followers. The divine nature of man corrupted into a coward who lacks self-control and are slaves to the flesh. We need leaders who trust the will of God, leaders that will bring down heaven on earth. Semen retention is a good start for humanity. Fast food is accustomed and accepted to be a treat when all it does is slow your body and mind. Shouldn't be a treat something that will benefit oneself. We then define a treat as something that is not too bad now and then. Is heroin or meth not too bad now and then? With the practice of semen retention, we become more aware of our body. We see that everything that has excessive taste is bad for our body and mind. We know that in every pleasure there is guaranteed suffering. Technology has made wisdom inferior. You can literally search the whole cosmos in the web. Then people start claiming that they are experts at fields that they do not have wisdom for. When I say wisdom, I mean it is knowing something, trying it, and then having a conclusion about it. Our intelligence has been directed towards the yearning for power, the power over others. We all want better everything than everyone. What will you do with the things that you accumulate then? In the Bible, 1 Timothy 6:7, for we brought nothing into this world, and it is certain we can carry nothing out. Is it worth sacrificing the joys of the spirit for the joys of the flesh? Skills and natural talents are lost and forgotten due to the expectations of fitting in. Expectations from your parents, staying in competition with others in terms of wealth and material gains. But with semen retention, we have become comfortable in our own skin. We are satisfied with what we have, and we only seek to achieve our purpose. Our purpose of making this world better for other men and women. We become aware that our only enemy is ourselves. Every day, we strive to become a better version of ourselves. Instead of trying to be better than our neighbors, we know that the only person we need to be better than is the person we were yesterday. Our focus has become scattered due to trying to beat everyone. In the process, we lose ourselves. Our character becomes molded with envy, pride, and hate against others. Can you not see? We start losing the connection to our world when we accept the other people's opinion about us. When we start making a habit of obeying wrong teachings. Not everything we learn is true, but we accept it as true because we have lost the God-given skill of discernment. With semen retention, we start connecting to our highest self that knows what is good for thyself, for others, hence giving us the spiritual power of discernment. We know when something is not right, when something is very wrong. Can you feel it? That there's something very wrong in the way a human life is lived. That we have lost connection to this world of ours. I'm a firm believer that every human being should feel that they belong to this world. That we are all kings and queens chosen by whoever created us to rule and take care of his planet. That this world is like a part of us, and that we will do everything in our power to take care of it like the way it takes care of us. Mother Earth has so much more to offer us if we start offering our time and life to her. But as of right now, we are going against her with our unnatural ways of living. Mother Nature has her ways on setting us back on track through natural disasters. We create disastrous, abusive techniques of our ecosystem, and she fights back with diseases and disasters that become a problem for humanity. People suffer unnatural deaths that results in pain for the person and sorrow and grief and other unnecessary emotions for others. This is not needed, nor does it exist in heaven. I've known and met people that lived a life that is in resonance with nature, and they died peacefully, happily, proud, and satisfied with their death. This is what heaven is. This is the eternal life that the Bible talks about. This is the will of God, where death is like going to sleep. We need to start reevaluating our purpose in this life. Deep inside your soul, you know that mere sense gratification is not real joy. Your soul craves that real joy. That real joy is what makes it smile. Real joy surpasses sense gratification. Real joy is reconnecting to your world and everything in it.